Hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, on November 14th is going to be King Charles' birthday. And for various reasons, for many people, we're picking up that this is a really hard month for him. Now, apparently at the Remembrance Sunday, he had a cold and he wasn't feeling well because a few people picked up on that he sure doesn't look good. Well, apparently he just had a common cold. But I'll tell you something: when you have a common cold and you're battling cancer, it becomes pneumonia very quickly. You know, a sneeze can become pneumonia because your immune system is so overworked trying to beat this cancer. Let's see what his birthday year is going to be like. So King Charles, his birthday is November 11th, and I believe he's going to be 78 years old. 78 years old. So November 11th, 1948. He was born almost exactly 1 year after the Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip were married. They were married November 20th, 1947. I only remember that because that's my husband's birthday, not the year, the day. And he was born November 14th, 1948, almost exactly 1 year later. That would have been cool if he was born on their first anniversary. All right. King Charles. Birthday reading, please. Birthday reading, please. Shall we begin? Oh, it's going to be a very important year. Very, very important year. We have to remember that the polar bear is at the top of the food chain. It's not humans. Put a naked human and a polar bear in a room together and tell me who wins. Oh, the heart, love, news, the fox, the bouquet. Oh, an obstacle, the mountains, change, this, oh, the clouds. I'm going to tell you right now, they are having marital problems. They are. Oh, some unknown news. Oh, no. The coffin. Oh, yeah. The scythe and the coffin and the snake death. That's actually, and the whip. Okay, my Lenormand readers know the coffin, the scythe, and the snake that would be a sudden death by health. Could be a heart attack. His marriage is going to improve. As we can see the clouds between the heart and the bouquet here, I think there has been some struggles in their marriage, and I have read that, and nothing wrong with that. Everybody on the face of the earth who has a marriage has struggles at one time or another in their marriage. Marriages aren't straight lines, and if they are, they're boring. They're up and down, up and down. So this almost tells me that whatever's going on in their marriage, when it's coming to a good conclusion here. There is some kind of obstacle, and there's going to be some kind of change in leadership. The mountains are on top when the mountains are on top, that's heavy responsibilities. That's heavy things that you're struggling to get over, and it's on his leadership, and there's change. So we've got some heavy obstacles to his leadership that will result in change. There's some news here that is, we aren't even allowed to know. When the book shows up, the cards or the universe or whatever tells you we are not allowed to know, but it's some kind of news from the past. This even could be Harry, the fox. The red-headed fox, my fox. This could be something we don't know about Harry. Some news coming from Harry, I think. And this, I just read you what this one is. There's definitely changes coming. We are not allowed to know what they are, though. When I do the diamond here, there's changes in the obstacles that he has had. There might be a breakthrough. I think he's going to hear important news about Harry. Oh, look at that. The clock agrees with me. It's going to be, look at, I think the rest of this month, this is an 11, is going to be very aggravating for him, very upsetting for him. And when I just did that numerology prediction, it sounded like he has to give something up. Interesting, we don't have the tower here with the snake. The tower and the snake is hospitalization. We don't have that here. And so I think whatever happens to King Charles will be at home or outside of a hospital. Let's put it that way. But as I understand it, they have full almost surgical, you know, in the castles there. He's definitely going to have a breakthrough in his love life. So whatever they're going through, they're going to clear that up and be happy once again. Something here with Harry, huge with Harry. I don't see anything really with William. William would be represented by the dog, because that can either be, or the child or dog. Can be your child, can be a sibling, but it could be somebody who's very loyal to you. And we don't see the dog here. That doesn't mean William's not going to be a big part of his life. It's just Harry, something to do with something important about Harry. He's going to hear it quite suddenly too. Could be with the scythe here. It could be Harry splitting off. This is important news about Harry. Something suddenly changes in Harry's life. Wow, I didn't expect to see this one so strong. But yeah, if you're a Lenormand reader, the casket or coffin with the scythe is sudden death or sudden endings. But with the snake here, which represents the medical Cadius, right? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. I think that's very self-explanatory, and especially with the whip here. He might have like sudden surgery in November. Yeah, he's going to hear important news about Harry, about a sudden ending in Harry's life. I think the pressure of the being king is going to result in some kind of change. Because this mountain, when the mountain is on the top and it's weighing down on you, this is leadership and this is change. You almost can't see your way out. It's just so heavy. If it's down below you, so if this was like this, then you'd say, oh, you'd get over this obstacle. See how it's swimming over the obstacle? And so there's going to be some kind of change that allows you to get over the obstacle, because every mountain has a peak, and then, you know, then you can see on the other side. Also, a lot of people don't realize you can always go around the mountain. This little deer here, he's telling you, why are you climbing the mountain? Follow me, we'll just go around. A lot of people don't realize that. So if it was like this, I'm going to say a change in leadership, that he finally gets over an obstacle. So that would be indicative of what he just did with Andrew, to show he is a strong king. But when the mountain is on top, it's really heavy, and you can't move it. It's almost destiny when the mountain is on top, almost burying you. Right? You think of this this obstacle is burying your leadership, that will then result in change. I actually think before Charles passes away, whether it's this year or next or whatever, before he passes away, he will see the end of Meghan Markle. Not that she's going anywhere, but like the end of the marriage with Harry. I believe that with all my heart. I believe that Harry is an obstacle to him leaving. I believe that people can will their way to live. I mean, I think that's why Queen Elizabeth got her Jubilee in, her 70th, and then they pass away. Or you'll see a lot of people, they'll make it to Christmas, or they'll make it to their granddaughter's wedding, and then or they'll make it to their husband's birthday, and then shortly after they can release and go. And I think there's something here with Harry and Charles. I think once Harry is over this mountain that he has to climb, I think that's when we'll see Charles pass. But I think it's going to be sudden. I don't think anybody's going to see it coming. Like, we see, oh, well, we see him at Remembrance Day, and he's fine. And perhaps there'll be could be a heart attack. So we do have the heart on the table, with the whip. For me, heart and whip is heart attack. But you don't. Not everyone dies from a heart attack. We all know people who have survived heart attacks. There's some kind of real sudden ending here, but he is waiting to clear up the obstacle he calls Harry, and something's going to happen there, and we aren't allowed to know because the book is closed, right? But it'll be sudden. I think a lot of us will be shocked by it. It'll be very important. There's something more so important that he wants to do to clear the air, and we don't know what it is. We are also going to be shocked by it. Is it Harry's titles? I don't know. There's something, though. He's swimming out of the darkness, and we don't know what it is. It'll be very sudden and swift, and it has to do with his leadership. His efforts will bear fruit. But I think we've read other cards that said once we see Harry sniffing around and spending more time or returning or whatever, we will know the end is near. Or like I like to say, the end is nigh. I don't think it takes your breath away, but I don't think it's shocking. I think, a lot of us are prepared. He's looking more and more frail and frail. And if you've ever watched a loved one with cancer, you recognize the signs. All right. Well, now we wait. I'm glad to see that he has some peace in his relationship, because that must just be adding the stress to it. And I'm sorry to see that he's got this leadership that will result in a change. Almost think like this mountain comes down and he has no choice. He's just buried, and so he has no choice but to change. That's what I just keep seeing. This will be interesting what news is coming about Harry. Maybe it is the titles. I don't know. Book is written things, is contracts. Well, the letter is more contracts than that, but secret deals are in the closed book. And when you're doing the book, it's what's closed to you is on this side of the book. When you're doing Lenormand, the book should always be closed because the side that is closed to you. The side that is open is possibilities of things that could happen or a hint of what could happen. And we have the scythe here, which is cut out or something sudden, or harvest, ending of, so if you're having a big argument with somebody, it could be the end of the argument. What that means next after that, whether that means you never talk again or you patch things up, we don't know. The book is closed. All right. Well, if anything, I wish him all the best. Have a happy birthday. And God bless. I mean, but for the grace of God go I. Thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. Fare thee well.